Good morning, sir. Namaste, sir.
Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Bhanu Prakash Reddy.
Yes, sir.
What's your surname?
Mimiti, sir.
What's your father's name?
Chiranjeev Subramani Shastri, sir.
There is a complete contrast.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Surnames?
Nothing like that, sir. Actually, in CBSE, we don't have any surnames for the fathers.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I made it as CH Subramani Shastri.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is CH Bhanu Prakash Reddy Mimiti.
No, sir. No. CH means Chiranjeev. Sir.
Chiranjeev.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Surname is Mimiti.
Mimiti, yes, sir.
Mimiti Bhanu Prakash Reddy, son of Chiranjeev
Subramani
Shastri.
Shastri.
We thought it's a.
No, sir. Nothing like that.
So you are a millennial. Do you
Yes,
know?
sir. Yes, sir.
What are the issues associated with the millennials?
Because we are the products of globalization, sir. So, and then that too, we are also in the verge of extreme weather events, sir, due to climate change. As far as my knowledge is concerned, and in the common parlance, when earlier car used to be a luxury, sir, now it became an essential in urbanization. So that's the product of millennials.
So there is a criticism that millennials do not have patience.
No, sir, nothing like that, sir.
And tolerance levels are very low.
Every generation has its own consequences. Every generation has its own limitations, sir. So, of course, there might be the cases where patience levels are low, but I think we are having the patience levels very on par with the previous generations also.
So why there is a controversy regarding the naming of the Konaseema district as B.R. Ambedkar Konaseema district?
Actually,
what is the need for naming the districts first?
Naming the districts is like a honor to honor the great personalities, sir. In our district, it was named as Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Konaseema district, sir. As far as my knowledge is concerned, it was a sensitive issue based on the caste lines, sir. Actually, is it correct or not to speak on those caste lines over here? So I just want to not to comment on that. But the thing is that I was very honored to be part of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Konaseema district, as it was named after the father of Indian Constitution, whose fate was run on the Constitution.
What's the imprint of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on the Hindu personal laws?
He mentioned that Hindu personal laws were all discriminatory in nature, so he propounded Buddhism, Navayana Buddhism, I guess. He said that every person was born free, every person has to have the same rights on par with the society.
So,
What I ask you clearly, what is impact on personal laws?
Personal laws. Sorry, sir, I was not aware of that.
Hindu code bill.
Uniform Civil Code.
No, codification of laws for the Hindus at least, giving equal rights for women and men.
as a law minister, he has introduced the Hindu code bill
Yes, sir.
and the Hindu succession. Succession is a part of
Hindu Code Bill.
in Uniform Civil Code. What are the areas associated with Uniform Civil Code?
It's a code. Actually, it's a code of. Sorry, can I tell you in Telugu, sir?
Yes.
యూనిఫామ్ సివిల్ కోడ్ అనేది ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి వాళ్ళ యొక్క పర్సనల్ లాస్ అన్ని ఏ మతమైనా సమాంతరంగా వర్తించాలనేది యూనిఫామ్ సివిల్ కోడ్ యొక్క ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశం.
What is civil law? See, what is personal law and what is civil law? Is it not part of each other? What is civil law? What is personal law? And whether are these both of same?
Civil law is more or less associated with the society level, sir. Personal law is at the personal space of the relationship.
What it deals with? అంటే పర్సనల్ లా దేని గురించి చర్చిస్తుంది చేస్తుంది?
పర్సనల్ లా అనేది మన యొక్క సోషల్ బాండింగ్ విత్ అదర్ పీపుల్ అనే దాని గురించి చర్చిస్తారు, సార్. సోషల్ పర్సనల్ బాండింగ్ means like religion, custom, marriage and all such kind of things.
What is the aim of Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya?
Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya is a residential co-educational institution established in 1986, sir. The main aim of the Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya is to encourage the rural talented people in each district to have the better educational facilities.
What's the difference between them with Sainik schools?
Sainik school is completely different, as it was run by the Minister of Defense. It was run by Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya was run by Minister of Education.
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 Okay. Well, how it differ from APPSC?
APRS was at state level, sir. States, it was states organization.
What's the difference between having different syllabus or not?
Yes, sir, different syllabus. APRS having the state SCRT syllabus, we are having the NCRT
Now
syllabus.
they upgraded into
Yes, sir.
NCRT.
It was not upgraded. As far as my knowledge is concerned, it was not to that extent.
How many Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas are there in state of Andhra Pradesh?
14, sir.
Then how
Sorry,
many
15,
districts?
sir.
How many
15, sir.
districts are there?
13 districts, sir. 13 districts. Sorry, 26 districts, sir.
How many
Yes,
there now Vidyalayas?
15, sir.
Why there is this difference?
Why? Because Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas has been established since 1986, sir. At that point of time, we are having the 13 districts. At 13 districts, sir. So wherever the population of SCs and STs were more, like Markapuram in Prakash and East Godavari is having 2 Navodayas, sir. So that's the reason why for 13
My
districts,
specific question is,
sir,
when did this reorganization of districts taken place?
2022, sir.
22లో అయింది కదా,
Yes, sir.
ఇది 23 కదా.
Yes, sir.
మరి ఇప్పుడు ప్రతి జిల్లాకు ఒక జవహర్ నవోదయ విద్యాలయం అయినప్పుడు
Yes, sir.
26 జిల్లాలకు 26 ఉండాలి కదా.
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు తెలంగాణలో 33 జిల్లాలు ఉంటే 33 జవహర్ నవోదయ విద్యాలయం ఉండాలి కదా, యాజ్
Yes,
పర్ ద
sir.
గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా
Yes, sir.
పాలసీ. మరి లేదు అని అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా డినై చేస్తుందా, ఈ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ రికగ్నిషన్ ఇవ్వట్లేదా? దట్స్ మై క్వశ్చన్.
No, sir, nothing like that, sir.
మరి ఎందుకు ఇవ్వట్లేదు?
The states are asking to the central government regarding the Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, sir. The center is yet to respond on that.
అంటే
There was
దాని అర్థం ఏంటి? వాళ్ళు ఈ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్ రికగ్నైజ్ చేస్తున్నట్ట చేయనట్ట?
nothing like that, sir, I guess.
ఓకే.
Your father is Sarpanch.
Yes, sir.
What is the function of Sarpanch?
He is the first person of the village who has to look after the administration of 29 functions in Schedule 11, sir.
Is it considered as a profession? Sarpanch, proper profession? Sarpanch was sir.
Yes, sir. Public representative.
Considered as profession.
Question is not.
Profession or designation?
It can also be considered as a profession, as social service is also a part of profession.
Then you should have written social activist
Social.
or social
No,
service.
sir. Actually, it's a constitutional authority, so I just mentioned it like that.
Sarpanch is a 5 years term.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a profession.
Now my dad is doing so, that's the reason why I wrote like that, sir.
So, Mr. Bhanu Prakash, what are the two sects in Buddhism?
Hinayana and Mahayana, sir.
So, why did Dr. B.R. Ambedkar go for Buddhism?
He had gone for Buddhism, sir, but it was his own thought on Buddhism, sir.
So, why did he go?
Why did he go? Because in order to not to make the people, well, can I tell you in Telugu?
Please.
ఎవరైతే మనుషుల్ని మనుషుల్లా చూస్తారో ఆ రిలీజన్కి వెళ్దామనేసి అనుకుని తను 1952లో కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యారు సార్ బుద్ధిజంలో. సో I think he got hatred with the Hinduism. So he only propounded that this Hinduism consists of so many inequalities, so I just want to go for
Then he
Buddhism.
can choose Christianity.
Christianity, yes.
But
And he didn't choose Buddhism also. He gave another name.
Navayana Buddhism. But I was not aware of that fact, sir. So sorry.
So, ఎక్కడ తీసుకున్నాడు మరి దీక్ష, బుద్ధిజం దీక్ష తెలుసా?
No, sir, I was.
నాగ్పూర్లో తీసుకున్నాడు.
Nagpur,
ఎందుకు
yes, sir.
తీసుకున్నాడో తెలుసు.
I was just.
ఎందుకు
remember-
నాగ్పూర్?
I think he is from Maharashtra, so he took that.
See, Maharashtra is a home to 80% of the Hindus.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Buddhists.
Buddhist.
And
As of now.
especially the area surrounding Nagpur.
Nagpur.
How you find the difference between Kathakali and Bharatanatyam? What is the difference?
Bharatanatyam is the state art form of Tamil Nadu, sir. Kathakali is also the state art form of Tamil. Sorry, sir, I was not well
What is
into
classical language?
Classical language are the language which are the Indian government has given the prescription that classical language has to be old of 2000 years old minimum.
Yes, sir. Only single prescription.
No, sir, many are there.
What is the criteria, sir?
I just remember only one, sir, 2000 years
How many
old.
classical languages in the country?
6 classical languages are there.
Name of them?
Telugu, Tamil, Kannadam, Malayalam, Sanskrit. I just remember only 5. Sir.
Odia.
Oriya, yes, sir.
ఇండియాలో 22 అఫీషియల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఉన్నాయి
Yes,
కదా, ఎందుకు వీటినే క్లాసికల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అన్నింటినీ తీసుకోవచ్చు కదా? అసలు వై దేర్ హ్యాస్ టు బి discrimination against other languages? I consider it as a discrimination. What do you say?
Actually, remaining all languages were derived from these languages. Sir. Sanskrit is the mother of all languages
Who said that?
in the North India.
No, I don't agree. Sanskrit is mother of all languages.
In the North India, sir, Hindi was also derived from
How
Sanskrit.
many types of families in the languages in the country?
I was not well into the topic, sir. Sorry.
Indo-Aryan, Dravidian,
Yes, sir. Indo-Aryan,
Indo-Tibetan.
Dravidian, Indo-Tibetan,
Ah.
Sino,
So
Indo-Sino.
when you take the word in Tamil, okay,
sir.
compare with the alphabet of the this Hindi or Sanskrit,
Yes, sir.
we find we can't able to find matching of the. How can you say like Sanskrit is the mother of all languages?
I was saying that Sanskrit is the mother of North Indian languages. As Hindi was derived from Sanskrit, Rajasthani was also derived from Sanskrit.
What is the national language in the country?
There is no national language in countries.
How many national languages in the country?
22, sir.
Is English part of the 22?
Yes, sir. English is also part of the 22.
So nowadays schools, okay. See, education falls under which list?
Sir,
Education falls under union list, state list, or concurrent.
concurrent list, sir.
Then why union government is establishing the school institutions? Why it is establishing these Navodaya education
Yes, sir.
institutions?
It-
Where states can perform better?
Yes, sir.
Why? What is the real purpose behind this Navodaya concept?
It was the novel concept of Rajiv Gandhi government, sir. In 1986, a new policy on education was come, which was called as national policy on education. Through that, they just want to encourage the rural youth, rural children who was having no basic amenities to do well. So he just want to make sure that the rural people should not lose the opportunity to excel well. As I am the product of nowadays, we can see the. So I guess I can give you the example that in Insights, we know the Insights founder called GB Vinay Kumar, sir. So he is also an ex-Navodayan from Chikmagalur, Navodaya, sir.
Fourth option priorities లో
Yes, sir.
అసిస్టెంట్ ట్రెజరీ ఆఫీసర్ పెట్టారు.
Yes, sir.
ఎందుకు అట్లా?
Assistant Treasury Officer in AP Panchayat Development, sir. AP Panchayat Department, sir. So I had seen what was the workload of the Assistant Treasury Officer.
ఏంటి వర్క్ లోడ్?
Like, he is the one who releases the funds to the local governments.
ఈ రిలీజెస్ ద ఫండ్స్.
He has to sign on the check which was gone from the Mandal Parishad to the district board.
ఓకే, అంటే ఆయన ఊరికే చేస్తాడా?
No, sir. He has to scrutiny all such kind of things which were aiming at the rural development.
అందులో ఎలిగేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి స్క్రూటినై చేయడానికి.
Of course, there are only allegations, sir. There is nothing proof that he is taking the corruption, he is making the bribe.
What is Pura?
Sir,
Pura
Scheme.
scheme.
Sir.
You said like rural development, right?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
It's a Pura is a scheme which was brainchild of Abdul Kalam, sir. It was
What is full form?
rural urban. Sorry, I was not able to recollect, sir. But it was
Urban amenities.
urban amenities in the rural areas.
Rural areas.
So it was called as rural urban areas.
దట్స్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ రీనేమ్డ్ యాజ్.
That's a second urban.
హెచ్ఐవి ఎయిడ్స్ లో మీరు క్యాంప్ చేశారు
Yes,
కదా
sir.
పెద్దాపురం.
Yes.
ఇది పెద్దాపురంలో ఎందుకు చేశారు? మీరు ఏం చేశారు అసలు ఆ క్యాంప్?
2014 నుంచి మాకు ఎలా ఉంటుంది సార్, నైన్త్ క్లాస్ నుంచి 12th క్లాస్ వరకు వీఆర్ అలౌడ్ టు డూ అవేర్నెస్ క్యాంప్ ఓన్లీ ఆన్ ది డే ఆఫ్ December 1st, సార్. Actually, Pedapuram, as far as we all know that Pedapuram is a hub of sex workers. Prostitution is the main profession over there. No, sir. As of now, it was came down, sir. కానీ పెద్దాపురంలో సెక్స్ వర్కర్స్ అనేది ఎక్కువ మంది ఉంటారు. సో అక్కడ
ఎందుకంటే అక్కడే
ఇట్ వాజ్ ఏ హిస్టారికల్ ప్రొఫెషన్ ఓవర్ దేర్. ఇది పురాతన కాలం నుంచి అలాగా వారసత్వంగా అది ఆస్తులు పంచుకున్నట్టు అలాగే వస్తుంది, సార్. కానీ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ విత్ బెటర్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ అండ్ రూరల్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ పెద్దాపురం మున్సిపాలిటీ అయిన తర్వాత నుంచి కూడా తగ్గడం మొదలెట్టింది, సార్.
ప్రాస్టిట్యూషన్ లీగలైజ్ చేయాలి అని ఒక డిమాండ్.
ఎస్, సార్. Prostitution as a profession has to be legalized, sir. As a income source, it should not be legalized, sir.
ప్రాస్టిట్యూషన్లో ఉన్న ఉమెన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటి?
Women problems, first of all, as I mentioned in the DAP, the first problem that HIV AIDS అనేది వ్యాపించడానికి అవకాశాలు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి, సార్, ప్రాస్టిట్యూషన్లో. సో అండ్ దెన్ సెకండ్ ఈజ్ దట్ ఉమెన్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్ అనేది తగ్గిపోతుంది, సార్. థర్డ్, ఉమెన్ అన్న వాళ్ళు డిస్క్రిమినేటర్గా ట్రీట్ చేయబడతారు, సార్, ఒకవేళ ప్రాస్టిట్యూషన్ అనేది ప్రొఫెషన్ కింద చూస్ చేసుకుంటే.
దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ సేయింగ్ దట్ ఇఫ్ ఈ ప్రాస్టిట్యూషన్ అనేది లేకపోతే
ఎస్, సార్,
మాలెస్టేషన్స్, రేప్ కేసెస్ అనేవి ఇంకా పెరుగుతాయి అనేది ఒకటి ఉంది.
ఎస్, సార్.
వాట్ యు సే?
బట్ ఇట్ వాస్ జస్ట్ ఎన్ ఎలిగేషన్, ఐ గెస్.
If that is the case, if Scandinavian countries are,
Yes,
why
sir.
they legalize
They
it?
legalized prostitution, sir.
Hmm.
In Scandinavian countries, the base level to make the laws are individuality perspective, sir. So that's the reason why they made legalize it. It was up to you to choose to go for prostitution, or it is up to you to choose the profession, sir. That's the reason why they mentioned they might go for prostitution as a legalized profession.
అడల్టరీని మరి వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్టేటస్ ఆఫ్ అడల్టరీ?
As of now, it was legalized, sir, in India. Article 3, sorry,
No,
section.
it is not legalized, it is decriminalized.
Yes, sir. Decriminalized. Sorry, sir. Sorry for not clarifying.
Legalized is very dangerous.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
What is Devadasi system?
దేవదాసి సిస్టమ్ అంటే ఒక లేడీని ఒక గుడికి ఇచ్చి పెళ్లి చేయడం, సార్.
గుడికే దేవుడికే
గుడికి దేవుడికి ఆల్మోస్ట్ సినానిమస్.
ఎలా అవుతుంది?
అది దేవుడికి సార్.
ఫ్యాకల్టీకి డిఫరెన్స్
Yes, sir. Sorry.
ఎంతో మంది దేవుళ్ళు ఉంటారు గుళ్ళో.
అదే దేవుడికి ఇచ్చి పెళ్లి చేయడం.
దాంట్లో ఏముంది? పాజిటివ్ ఏంటి, నెగిటివ్?
పాజిటివ్ ఏంటంటే ఇట్లా దేవుడికి సేవ చేసుకోనికి ఒక మనిషి అయితే దొరుకుతారు, క్లీనింగ్ ఇవన్నీ చేయనీకి అయితే మనిషి అయితే దొరుకుతారు. నెగిటివ్ ఏమొచ్చేసి అంటే ఆ దేవుడికి ఇచ్చిన అమ్మాయిని ఈ పూజారులు వీళ్ళందరూ వాడుకోవడం అనే దానివల్ల వచ్చిన
పూజారుల గ్రామ పెద్దల
పూజారులు, ఆ కాలంలో పూజారులు అన్న వాళ్ళు గ్రామ పెద్దలే కదా సార్. సో
పూజారులు గ్రామ పెద్దలుగా ఉండేవారా?
అంటే మా సైడ్ అలా ఉండేది సార్. సారీ.